I think you're going to need some kind of co-marketing, some kind of partnership, because you've got to get the lifetime value of a customer over $100 for this to work in e-commerce.
Your cocktail just woke up and okay, so is this Scott? Scott, is this your website?
Yes, this is mine.
Okay, awesome. Talk to me a little bit about who your end consumer is, who's your ideal target prospect.
I came out with this product last year. Because it's a unique product, I'm still trying to figure out exactly who the target audience is. I'm finding it's mostly women, mostly a lot of mothers especially. And I think maybe it's just because I hooked up into that network of people who got aware of the eggs. I'm only selling in San Francisco right now, doing some pop-up and farmers markets events, but also doing local delivery. I'm trying to improve SEO, of course, but not in a way that gets it outside of San Francisco, which is not yet of any use to me.
Okay.
But I'm also trying to make it so that people can feel comfortable ordering on the site. I have an Instagram account that I always link back to this website for ordering, but I just would like your opinion on whether this site makes sense and feels comfortable to you.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, you want the consumer to come here and order from you online? Is that your ideal situation, or you want them to contact you on social media? What's the ideal scenario for you?
Ideally, if they're in San Francisco, the ideal scenario is for them to come and order.
Okay.
But if they're not, to email to contact me for information on getting it outside of San Francisco, because I'm working on other locations now.
Okay, awesome. So one thing is, if there is already something we look for from the SEO perspective in San Francisco itself, there's something called the Google Keyword Planner. So if you're advertising, if you were to run Google Ads, you pretty much can come here and get access to this tool. It gives you an idea. So there's about 140 searches a month, give or take. Sometimes it goes up or down. This data is a little bit flawed, but it gives you a good idea on the trends when people are searching more for this kind of product, the pickled eggs. Does that make sense? So it is worth for you to look into the SEO aspect, but something I like to look at is the different ways that people actually search for that, like spicy pickled eggs, right? Pickled eggs near me. You have all of these specific searches coming in from just, if I pick just San Francisco in itself, it's something that's worth looking into. So when I come to your website here, there is the on-page SEO, and then there's the off-page, which is what we call the sites referring to you and talking about you and sending you links, which is very powerful. You have a couple of, I guess, keywords that you've tried to optimize for. Is that correct? The best Bloody Mary garnishes.
Yeah, I want to change that.
Okay.
I'm also using Wix for my hosting, and I've lost where that tool is to change that tag at the beginning.
So the tags, they're very important, the title, title, the meta description, but there's something else that's important too in the site structure, which is the H tags. So for example, here you're telling Google, welcome to the, or welcome to the. Google doesn't know what that is. And then you're saying cocktail egg. Google is lost. Remember, Google is just a machine trying to make sense out of what content and context the website is about. And your H tags are a strong signal as to what the website is about. So now how can I get some? So imagine you're here, I'm pitching someone, welcome to the cocktail egg. How can I get some? Our story, how the ideas hatch, meet the team, drink me Portnoy. What would that tell you if you were just to look at this, right? Would this even make sense to you?
No.
If you show this to a stranger, right? So we do want to get that out of the way. So similarly to what we just said to Debbie is, give me the punchline right up front here. What is it that you are providing? Best pickle eggs in San Francisco, shipping worldwide or shipping nationwide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now you can use that as an H tag, showcase your product or a video if you want to connect. And now you tell me a little bit more about the story, right? You can get a little bit into the actual product in itself, and you want them to order now, right? That could be an option. Order now or call us to schedule your pickup. Those would be the calls to action. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Dennis, anything you want to add here?
Scott, you have a quasi service because you're delivering in San Francisco, but you're running this kind of like an e-com site. You have to pick one or the other because you just can't optimize for both. So let's just say, for example, that you wanted to sell more of these pickled eggs in San Francisco, then you would do the search things that Danny was showing you. But I think on the social side, you're going to get more power if you're going to run local business. Let me ask you, Scott, do you have pictures of this being shown in different restaurants or as part of brunch, or well-known people who are featuring this as part of their meal and how they hang out? Do you have that? I imagine you have some of this, right? There's got to be a founder story behind this, right?
On Instagram, I have some stuff there.
Okay. So on Instagram, you can boost those particular stories and images to people that live in San Francisco. And just like Danny was showing you in the keyword planner, as part of Google Ads, we can run our pickled egg videos. Let's say you have a 6-second bumper to anyone who's searching on pickled eggs, but that would be more of a nationwide thing. Okay. So you're selling this for $15 plus shipping and handling, right?
Yeah.
Is there some lifetime value play, or is there some kind of upsell or some kind of subscription, something that makes a new customer worth a lot of money?
I'm not sure. A subscription plan or?
Yeah, you're just running direct to consumer, so they're buying direct from you.
Yeah.
So you're not doing a retail, or you're not doing a partner thing or distribution play. Okay. So then do you have any data showing what's going on when they buy? Do they buy multiple? Do they have repeat?
I'm not sure what you mean. Do I have like incentive plans or?
So people buy, do you have data showing that they continue to buy? So we can say once they buy one, we know on average in the first 6 months, they're going to be worth $150 or something.
Oh, like analytics.
Yeah. Or anything to show, because what we're trying to get away from is people who buy just one time, because the math on this is very difficult if people just buy once for $15 and you have shipping and handling. Because I would think running ads, your acquisition cost, if you do a good job, is going to be $5 to $10 to get a new customer. But if they only buy one jar for 15, you don't have enough margin probably to make this work.
I don't have those analytics yet.
Okay. But let's just say people who on Sunday, they do the Bloody Mary, they like this, they're going to keep buying, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any partnerships maybe with other bars or other folks who provide cocktail glassware or other folks where you can co-market together?
I did before the pandemic, and several of the clients I was working with, those bars shut down.
Okay.
So I don't have those relationships anymore, which is why I decided to do the retail on my own.
Do you have some of these bars where you can show them making the most amazing Bloody Mary using your eggs and other ingredients?
Yeah, I have. I've worked with bartenders that I can get video of them doing that.
You should feature that on your homepage, and that should be basically what you feature across all your media. And then you could use the dollar a day technique, which we were telling Debbie about, and we can target people who their job title is bartender, or people who are restaurant managers, or people who are chefs or whatnot, or people who are searching for Bloody Mary, or people who are watching recipes, Sunday brunch, whatever on YouTube. And we can target specific YouTube videos and specific YouTube channels. And so that would get the word out. But then my concern is the math on it might not work, because if it costs you $5 to $10, I'm just guessing, but let's just say it costs $5 to $10 to drive a sale. Unless they are buying in bulk, it's going to be tough for the math to work out for you. You follow me?
Yeah.
So your consumer play, I think, is going to be very hard selling one jar at a time. You need some kind of Dollar Shave Club or some kind of monthly subscription, or you need to bundle the eggs with someone else, or you need to sell to restaurants or whatever where they can buy cases of this. And the math is different for wholesale. Yeah. And I imagine other people who have shopping carts who are selling items that are related to, so people who would buy these pickled eggs, they also are buying these other things. So if you can partner with them, then they can mail their list. You can benefit off of their SEO. They can put web pages on this, and then you guys could co-market together. Maybe because you make some videos on recipes or behind the scenes on how the eggs are made, or featuring famous chefs. And then they happen to talk about how this is one of their special ingredients they use. I think, okay. But I think increasingly, unless Ray or one of these folks is a strong figurehead, like a Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
That's just the math of what's happened in the last couple of years, because the cost of traffic's gone up so much. I think Danny has a really high LTV for the clients that he serves, so he can afford to schedule phone calls and do all these things.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd love for you to update the content, show these videos, repurpose the stuff you have on Instagram and whatnot onto the website, make those changes that Danny talked about. Try spending $1 a day on YouTube and $1 a day on Facebook and see what happens, especially in San Francisco. I think that'll resonate. You could maybe even do it on Twitter in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. But we've got to see people on video and people in pictures that are reacting to the egg and the sundae and like how the vibe, like we got to capture the vibe. So the logo you have of the chicken that has the egg, I don't think captures the whole vibe, right? That's just the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that help?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Scott, implement some of these and let us know next month.
Okay.
Rock on, my friend.
All right. Thank you.